Yo, what up, world? My name is Orlando. First and foremost, I want to thank you for coming to my channel and rocking with me. I've been thinking about doing this YouTube thing for the past year and a half, maybe even 2 years. Just constantly contemplating in my head, going back and forth about making sure this thing is right, making sure that thing is right, making sure everything is right, but nothing ever lines up. So I said to myself, you know what, forget it. What better time than the present? So here I am. I'm a street photographer from New Jersey. I constantly make trips to New York. Every now and then I go to Philly taking street photos. I've also done a lot of product photography. I've done portraits, and within the last year or so, I picked up a film camera. I bought a Canon AE1 about 7 months ago and started shooting film again. I haven't shot film in many years. I learned film back in the day, but I didn't really want to be a photographer back then. It was just kind of like a thing to do. But yeah, I've been trying to learn how to do film again. And then 2 months ago, I picked up a Mamiya RZ67. I had to step up to that medium format gang, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I'm gonna be trying to upload videos maybe every week or so, just constant things about here and there, whether I'm shooting on the street, whether I'm doing product photography. I'm just gonna try upload as constantly as I can. First and foremost, this is gonna be my first video, so hope you guys have some comments, have some feedback. I'll take it all. I'm well aware of critiques, and I'm good with it all. This first video I'm gonna upload. So last week the weather started breaking, getting a little bit nicer out. The weather starting to get to that spring, the 70s and the low 80s. So I went to New York, took my camera and walked around for maybe about an hour and a half around the West Village during sunset. Took a bunch of pictures of people, like I normally do, but you could tell that people were going out. The masks were still up, but you could tell New York is coming back. People have been stuck inside for a long time, so they wanted to be outside when the weather's breaking. Keep in mind that I was only out there for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at the most, but the sunset was magnifico, I tell you. But I'm going to show you guys a couple of the videos of me walking around the city, taking these shots. I'm going to add a little bit of commentary, let you guys know what I've been looking at and what I'm shooting, and then you let me know, all right? Thank you once again for coming to my channel. All right, so got the voiceover action. So right off the subway, I'm walking, I see this lady with this leopard coat on, direct sunlight. I want to get a low angle on her. I wish I was a little further back, but got the shot anyways. Really wanted to get a little bit lower though. Walked about a couple blocks down the road, ended in front of the garage here. The first thing I noticed was the sunspots hitting the streets, and that's coming from the reflection from the building behind me. What I always try to do is I like to frame the subjects as they're walking into a specific area. So for me right now, the area is the two garage door openings, and then in the middle you have the sunbeam. So that's where I want my subjects to fall. A little further down, ended up going into Washington Square Park. Very busy. I noticed all these kids skateboarding. Caught this kid when he was trying tricks, and I ended up snapping off a couple of shots. Walked down a little further by the fountain, and this is rare that there was nobody around and there was nobody sitting next to this guy, and I just had to stop and walk by, and bam, I gotta get the perfect moment for this, because then all of a sudden after this, everybody starts walking over. Getting out of the park, just walking, keeping it casual. I love park signs for some reason, and whenever I can get a silhouette or a specific subject in between a park sign, I gotta get it. About 2 or 3 blocks down the road, I end up on West 12th Street, and I see this bright beam of sunlight coming from down the block. I'm like, yo, I have to get over there immediately. Just so happens it was one guy, literally one guy, looking at this bookshelf for about 5 minutes, and I literally just stood there and I took 20 shots of the guy. He wouldn't move, so I was like, all right, he's gonna be in the shot. And then guy rolls by in the bike, so I had to get him as well. But I'm walking away and I go back because I was like, man, there's gotta be more people coming in. And literally 2 minutes later, this lady's walking by and another guy's walking by, and then the same old boy is standing there looking at the book. So I'm glad I came back to get that shot. as you can tell by the theme of the day is bright sunlight into the dark shadows. To me, it creates such a deep feeling photo. Like I love catching the bright sunrise and the sunset, and basically stopping down a little bit and slowing down my shutter speed so I can get those dark shadows. Again, catching these two guys in the same exact spot. This is the way it is. These are, a couple shots here and there. Just want to put the look together towards the end. A bunch of other shots I picked up there at the end of the day. Man, and it couldn't be me if I didn't end up at the bridge, man. Manhattan Bridge is my spot to go to. Like, I love walking by there on sunrise, sunset, get that view, the breeze hits you. Something about it is just relaxing. I just like to stand up there sometimes. I've taken the same photo probably at least 50 times, if not more, but something about just going out there and just looking at the sunset, it's crazy. But yeah, man, in the summertime, like, you can look across the bridge to the Dumbo, and you get into Brooklyn Bridge Park area down there, and you see everybody hanging out. End of the night, just a cool breeze. But that's gonna do it for this first video, guys. So as everybody else has on YouTube, hit that like button, subscribe, and I promise you, I will be back next week. You can believe that. All right, see ya.